signs. It's Amanda Beach with Cosmic Beach Consulting, and here's your Cosmic Surf Report for September 2016. Opening up, we have that new moon in Virgo, and it is also an eclipse. So for you, this sees you getting down to the deepest part of your process. For my Virgos, this might be a big change when it comes to how you organize things, how you react to people's systems, how people react to your systems. For my Tauruses, this might be more of a time where you're kind of refining the physical process, looking at how you're treating your body. And for my Capricorns, this probably talks about how you deal with your free time and, dealing with that kind of part of your process, reviewing your interests, likes and dislikes. You might have found some footing recently in your professional life, whether that's being just getting a dream job or just a day job. Leaving you Capricorns, especially with some more time to kind of revisit that process of, self-exploration and self-development. So the first week for my earth signs, I see a lot of movement when it comes to messages and when it comes to things competing for your time. So this might be a pretty busy week. Now, maybe you guys have taken on a lot more than you thought. Maybe you took on some responsibilities and it turned out to be a much bigger job than you thought. This also might see you kind of coming in on things and being frustrated by the lack of systems in place. So this might be you kind of stepping up and taking a leadership role in some sort of situation. I can especially see this for those of you who have children who've gone back to school. And if you're joining your parent groups or starting your PTOs or any sort of civic meeting, because Virgo season, there's gonna be a lot of things about education, pets, family, things that you take care of, home environment. But for you, this might see you kind of stepping in and saying all right, fine, I'm good for this challenge. I guess I'll take care of that, and, really kind of things are going to be competing for your time. We also have that Mercury retrograde that started on the 30th, and it is in Virgo. So this is a good one for you guys, though. This really gives you a lot of opportunity to revisit some things. You get to reorganize stuff. Virgo, you love that. You get to refine things down to their simplest part of the process. We get to bring all the excellent parts of Virgo, and we will talk about leaving behind the less flattering parts of Virgo in a little bit. Moving into the second week, we do have Jupiter going into Libra. Jupiter is leaving Virgo by Virgo. That's okay. Virgo's yeah, Jupiter's a nice guy and all, but if you guys could just not bring him over all the time, that'd be great because he's really loud. Whereas Libra is oh my God, you guys, Virgo's here, or Jupiter's here. Virgo's here. He's oh, I do guess Libra would be cool with that, but he's oh, Jupiter's here. He's gonna be fucking expansive and thoughtful and loud and big, and Jupiter's great. I'm also stoked personally because it's my Jupiter return. If you'd like to know where Jupiter is in your chart, you can always contact me. So, this is going to kind of bring the harmony to the world. And for you, I think this kind of brings some harmony when it comes to how we're dealing with our physical space, how we're dealing with our physical self. This Mercury retrograde might call you inward. So some of you might be taking on, a new workout routine, new diet, Virgo, or a new physical outlet for your energy. Capricorn might want to consider it. Capricorn, I could see you almost needing a relaxing outlet for your energy. Let's talk about some swimming, some yoga, some mineral pools, some spa time. I know that self-care isn't your favorite, but maybe if you felt like you were working out while doing it in a mineral pool, so it's like a spa, but you don't have to know that. You're just working. So this is definitely some time where you're kind of reorganizing those things within yourself, especially when it comes to, maybe it's time for a juice cleanse. Maybe it's time to take out gluten for a while. Maybe you're going to give up your craft beer collection for a hot minute. It's almost the crush here, so I'm I am not giving up wine. No thanks. Lots of wine events, please. Yes. Yes, please. But, kind of refining those systems and process and kind of seeing what you need to reduce. That's the second week. And then we go into this beautiful full moon in Pisces on the 16th, and it's also an eclipse. So those of you waiting for big news, this might be the time. Those of you who set some really cool intentions in the beginning of the month might starting to see some rewards from those, especially those of you putting out a lot of energy for something to happen kind of quick. This is a great week to move forward professionally. I could see you being very well supported. Also probably a good week to start if those of you who are promoting a product or looking at for a mentor or anybody who's kind of looking to expand their own personal brand, like me, or maybe you want to contact me about mentor opportunities, which I don't really have yet, but I have someday maybe. But this is excellent time to reach out with your communications. Excellent time to move forward in your personal work. Excellent time to reach out to those people who might really make a big difference for you. And also a great time to, like send some thank you emails this week. Say like, if you find somebody online, maybe a YouTuber with red hair that you really love, their astrology cast, perhaps you could send them a message and be like, you're amazing. I thank you so much for the work that you do. It totally helps my life. And like, this is advice we could all take like all the time, but I think, for you guys this week, it's an extra awesome week for you guys to kind of put that communication out there and make some bigger connections, and like, just continue to build your support network and make sure that you're building your support for other networks as well, like lending your support to other things. And as we round out the month, I think that this is going to be a pretty lucrative month at the end. So the end of the month, we haven't really talked too much about finances. We've more worried about like how you're manifesting in like your physical world and your message world, and somewhat your relationship world, but certainly more with your professional self and your idealized self. But when it comes to the end of the month, I definitely see you kind of like, being more the king of your castle when it comes to your finances. Rather, this is kind of like some debts we've reduced in the earlier months, some paperwork we've gone through, some things we've reconfigured. But certainly looking at some more wealth and some more financial stability at the end of the month. And that might come from some of the big changes from the eclipse too, whether that's something paying off, a trust finally being settled, overpaying on something like taxes or something like that and getting a refund like out of the blue. So definitely getting in a better financial position for my earth signs. So if you want to know what's going on in your chart personally, how this Mercury retrograde is going to affect you, or just a private consultation with me for your tarot and your chart, my name is Amanda Beach. You can check out my services on cosmicbeachconsulting.com. Please like and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/cosmicbeachconsulting, and I will see you guys next month.